Good afternoon, everyone. Now we'll start lecture 12, that is Introduction to Data Visualization. If you have not watched from lecture 1 to lecture 11, then you should definitely go and watch so that you can understand the future lectures in a much better way. I'm thankful to all of you for coming to this lecture. So, let us now start the discussion. Okay, so far we have learned how to work with data using NumPy and Pandas as you have seen in the previous lectures. Now it's time to actually see the data. In this video we will learn data visualization, which means converting data into graphs and charts. We will understand why visualization is important and how it will help us discover pattern, trends and insight. By the end of this video you will be able to create basic plots using Matplotlib and Seaborn. So let's get started. Okay, so now let's understand why data visualization is so important. When we look at raw data in tables, it can be difficult to understand what's really going on. Okay, but when we convert that data into graphs, patterns and trends becomes much easier to see. Visualization also helps us detect outliers, values that are very different from the others, and most importantly it helps us make better decision based on data. That's why visualization is a key step in any data science or machine learning project. Okay, so first we'll try to understand Matplotlib. Okay, so Matplotlib is a popular Python library used for creating graphs and charts. It allows us to visualize data in different forms like line plots, bar charts and more. It works very well with NumPy and Pandas, which makes it very useful in machine learning. Even though there are many visualization libraries, Matplotlib is the foundation that every beginner should learn. So we can do our first plotting. First we okay let us do and show you how can we actually do it. So first we import, you can see matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and then we take data points here, you can see. Okay, and then we plot it, x level, x axis, y level. It is a simple line plot which I can show you by plotting also. Okay, so go to your Anaconda prompt. Okay, and just open Jupyter notebook. Okay, so once your Jupyter notebook will be open, we'll be able to do the coding part. So once we are here, we'll open a new file, that is Python. So this is our new file. Okay, so what we'll do first, we will import. What we'll import? Matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. First always we have to import the libraries. Okay, then we'll take data points that we want to plot. Imagine, guess that we are just taking 1 2 3 and 4 here. Okay, then for y also, because we are plotting a graph, for y also we need data points, and just we are taking 10 20 30. Okay, 10 20 30 40 you can take. Okay, then we need to plot it. Okay, so let's do it in next cell. Okay, so we'll take x label. Okay, x label, we'll call it x axis. Okay, similarly we'll take y label. Okay, we'll take y label, we can call it y axis. Okay, and then we'll plot the title, that is simple line plot. Okay, and then we want to see it. Okay, so you can see here we have a simple line plot over here. See, it is data visualization. We have taken x-axis for 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 is the main important point. Then we have taken here 10 20 30 40. So here you can see a straight line over here. Okay, so this was our first plot. Okay, you import the libraries and then you plot and just you can visualize it. Then similarly we have bar charts. Okay, so bar charts are used when we want to compare values across different categories. Okay, so here similarly you will write the code. Okay, you will write the code. In categories you can take ABC with the corresponding values, that is 10 20 and 15. Okay, I can plot and show you this. Okay, so I will do bar plot. Similarly, what you will do, you will import library you have already imported. You don't need to import it again. Okay, so you will take the categories and then you will take capital A we can take, A, B, and then we can have C. Okay, and then we can take the values corresponding to that. Okay, then we'll have this 10 20, we can take 30 also. Okay, so yeah, it will not be curly bracket, actually it will be square bracket. Okay, sorry. Okay, we have taken that. Then again we'll, what there we were plotting line. Okay, so we took that. Here we want to plot bar. Okay, so what we'll write, plt dot bar, and here what we'll write, categories. Okay, categories comma values. Okay, categories comma value. And similarly in the x part we'll write the categories or in the x-axis. Okay, and here in the y part we will take the values. See, so now what we want to plot, we want to plot bar chart. Okay, so bar chart, I will plot and see. So see, this is the bar chart, which is again part of the data visualization. Just like before, we have added labels. Okay, only in plt.plot for line we have taken plt.bar. Similarly, x level you have taken x level categories, y level you have taken values, and this is a bar chart. Okay, next what we have, next we have histograms. Okay, so histograms shows the distribution of numerical data, meaning how frequently values occur. Okay, so here you can see, we'll do it again. Here we pass the list of numbers. Okay, and we have defined bins which divide the data into intervals. So we'll see that. Okay, let's do it again and see. So we have already imported the library, we just need to put the data. Okay, so 10 20 10 20 20 again, then 30, then 30, then 30, and then we have 40. Okay, and then again what we are supposed to do, we want to plot a histogram, so it will be plt dot hist, and what we want to plot, we want to plot data, and bins what we'll take, bins here we are going to take 5. Okay, so now again we will take x level and y level. Okay, in here we will take values, and here we will take frequency. Okay, and what we are going to plot, we are going to plot histogram. Okay, So now we can plot and see what we have got. This is our histogram. You can see here. Okay. Okay, we have also plotted the histogram. You have seen the histogram. So this basically graph shows how many values fall into each interval, and histogram are very useful for understanding the spread of data, which is important in machine learning. So whenever you will get a new data set, then you can plot and see all this histogram and all, so for better understanding of the data. Now we have Seaborn and heat map. Okay, Seaborn helps us to create more attractive and informative visualization with less code. One of the most important plots in Seaborn is the heat map. So a heat map is used to show relationships or correlation between variables. Okay, so here you see, here is the example of data that we have taken. Okay, so heat maps is very much used in machine learning. So I can plot and show it to you how does it actually look, because we are discussing from the very basic. Okay, so for that you have to import Seaborn. Okay, Seaborn as SNS, and then Matplotlib we have already imported. Okay, there is a spelling mistake, I think. Yeah, there is a spelling mistake. So yeah, import Seaborn. After that you have to take the data. Okay, so data you can take 1, 2, 3. Okay, then 4, 5 and 6, and similarly 7, 8 and 9. Okay, so what we need now, NSS.heatmap. What we need, data, and we need okay. So we are going to plot title, that will be heat map. Okay, and then we'll plot it. So this is our heat map. It is very much used in machine learning. So this was a very basic discussion, okay, on all the kind of plots I can say. It is for data visualization. It makes so now you can basically convert raw data into meaningful graphs and understand patterns much more easily. Okay, so I hope you have understood it. I'm really grateful if you have come till this part of the lecture. Do give your point of view on this lecture, and I've also attached quiz so that you can learn in a very better way. So thank you so much everyone. I'm really grateful to you. Okay, thank you so much.